Hi, Earth signs. Welcome to your February forecast. Before we get started, first, excuse my appearance. I just came from a fitness event, a couple of hours ago, and I'm getting ready to head to yoga here in a bit. So I just thought, you know what, I'm not going to bother changing. Most of you guys know me, and you know I'm super kind of informal and laid back anyway. So if this is your first time watching my videos, I apologize in advance for that. We'll probably have some chaos with my animals if this weekend is any indication. It's been kind of a chaotic time, just energetically. Things really seemed to be kind of leveling out for me, and really just a lot of this fresh new energy was ushering in this weekend. And then today hit, and I'm so tired. Like, I was contemplating not doing this video. I laid down for a bit, and it's just like this wall just kind of hit me. But it's crazy because yesterday I was tired, and then last night I had this surge of energy, and I ended up staying up late. I mean, it was like going on midnight, and I struggled to fall asleep. I don't even know when I fell asleep. I was on fire. So I think some sort of upgrade or something must have been coming in, probably with this 222 gateway, or 222. They keep saying it, yeah, the 4 twos or whatever. You know, guys know. I posted some information on my page on that today. So if you haven't watched the other element videos, you might want to do that, especially if you know aspects of your natal chart fall under other elements. If you don't, you might want to check that out, your moon and rising and other planets that fall in your chart. For me, example, I'm a fire sign, I'm a Sagittarius sun, but I have predominantly Earth in my chart, specifically my moon and rising are Taurus. So when you find out those types of things, you may realize that, okay, this general reading doesn't resonate, but perhaps one, another aspects of other ones will. So take what resonates, toss the rest. Check you can check it. I put a link below. Let's see. Oh, and if you haven't watched the other element videos, the way that I have done it is I just pull a spread. I kind of look at the current energy. Obviously, we are in February now, so it's going to give us kind of an aspect of what's going on. And then I'm going to pull another spread with a different deck in the extended over on Vimeo. The link for that is down below as well. It's $7.77. And then we're going to get a lot more in depth with Oracle guidance and just anything else that wants to come out over there on the extended. So this is kind of just scratching the surface, but it should give you some good advice. I think, some insight if it's resonating as far as what's going on with you now. We will pull, I'll pull from one Oracle deck. I've had it with this month's readings for whatever reason. Certain ones for each element have just called out to me, and it's been interesting how the interplay that's come out with this spread and then also the one that's over on Vimeo. It's been very cool. So like I've said, I'm open to suggestions of how to do these going forward, but this is just the rhythm I'm in now, and who knows, the energy may change again next month. So without further ado, I'm going to use the Star Tarot, and we're just going to take a look at what is going on with Earth signs. Earth signs. Message. Oh, ooh, I don't want to see that card. Wow. Wow. Okay. Oh, before we get started too, I've had some interesting stuff happening as I've been recording these videos. I think it happened with fire signs, one of the other ones, at least one of the other ones, where I had everything kind of laid out, and I ended up this card, and it's not one that came out in the other videos. It was by itself, kind of under, it was like mixed in with another deck. So I thought, this might be a message for somebody who's watching this. It's Sun, S-O-N. Your son is watched over and protected as he explores his world. So if anybody needed to hear that, that might have been a specific message for even if it's for one person. I hope it helps. All right, so let's get started. Let's see what we've got going on here for Earth signs. I feel like for the group that I'm picking up on, that I'm channeling for, there's been a lot of rapid, I feel like ascension, transformation. That's been, predominant in the collective as a whole, not just Earth signs, of course, but many of us have been going through that. I feel like there's a couple of different things going on here. At least the first thing I'm picking up on is you may have had a fire sign, um, Aries, Leo, Sag, or just a passionate person. It's a Knight of Wands that's showing up here, which is obviously a male energy, but we all have masculine and feminine energy within us. So take whichever gender, whichever aspect resonates for you. But I feel like there was some sort of a charging ahead, something moving forward, kind of full steam, and seemed like it was on the right track. It seemed like it was balanced. And then but it didn't come to fruition. The Ace of Cups is a blocking energy, and I think you were seeing this from one light, and they were seeing it from another light. Because the current energy we have right now is the Five of Swords, and that is a card of that's the smiling snake card. It's a card of betrayal. It's a card of heartbreak, being stabbed in the back, kind of like what just happened. Being blindsided is what I'm getting. Being completely blindsided by this situation. And of course, it could be a job offer, maybe that you thought was coming to light, because we do have Pentacles present here in a couple of places. Knight of Wands could have been, this, maybe potentially a male boss or an exciting new opportunity that you thought was like I said, something was moving full steam ahead, and then it just there was some sort of a betrayal, something that's just again that came out of nowhere, blindsided you. I'm also getting that some of you maybe are blocking your a counterpart or an opportunity from coming forward because you're out of balance and because you're hanging on to this Five of Swords energy from a past heartbreak, either with that same person or um, with someone else. You could just have these fears and these doubts, because ultimately, you're wanting it all, right? I mean, who doesn't want it all? They'd be crazy if they said they didn't want it all. But the Ace of Pentacles is here. That's what you've been working towards. The Holy Grail for me. This is the card. I say it all the time. This is literally everything you've wanted in tangible physical form. All of it. And you're still wanting it, and it's like this beacon shining, right? But for whatever reason, something that you thought was heading in that direction, just boom, like the gauntlet, I feel like came down, and it's just you've kind of retreated into yourself, and you're realizing that yeah, I mean, because we've got the Hermit here. I mean, that's the action forward right now. What's kind of guiding you this month is that it's time to go and focus back on yourself, to focus on self-love, to focus on self-healing, to maybe examine. I know this is resonating very strongly with me right now. Feeling like, how was your intuition so off about something? How could you be wrong? How could you not see this coming, right? Um, if you've been on this path a long time, which the group that I'm picking up on, I feel like you have. You've been through so many lessons over the past 2, 3, maybe more years, and you're getting better each time at seeing it. A narcissist, for example, not falling for it every single time, and they get a little more crafty. You might get, you're like, and then and you pull your sword up. This situation, though, I feel like is something that there really was no way to see it coming. But I feel like there was a divine purpose for that. And it may not make sense now. And I think we're going to look into, I'm going to write that down. But I think it's all going to, usually I don't, if I don't write this stuff down, but the cards just have a way. You guys, if you've watched in the extendeds, especially the ones this month, it's just bizarre. I've had like so many of the same cards come out in the second spread in a completely different deck out of 78 cards, and it's just mind-blowing. And there's, clarifying things that are to show the shift in energy and how it comes out through the month. So we've got the high priestess here. That's about your intuition, your higher knowing. And, right preceding that is the hermit. So I think there's definitely some kind of retreating. The hermit to me can be like the hermit crab. Like you just go back within your shell and you kind of just try to find that inner goddess again. And I feel like we're going to see what, obviously comes out in the extended, but I feel like this full moon coming up is going to be very pivotal because it's in Leo. And I'm getting a lot of messages about confidence and strength coming out, which makes sense. Strength is a tied to Leo. But regaining your confidence and your strength in yourself and your path after whatever this deception was or this heartbreak was. I feel like there could be a friendship that was lost. Somebody maybe that you really trusted betrayed you. It could be a family member or somebody that's like family, soul family, someone that, it's just like, it was like a Jekyll and Hyde type scenario where it's just like, whoa, what was that? So you really need to take some time, to lick your wounds, to go in and to, I'm getting, and is it introspective, I guess is a word, get and look at it from a higher perspective as to how this can be a blessing in your life, as to why this happened. I feel like, if you look at it as an opportunity to transform, to ascend, and to move into an, out of this, I feel like whatever the situation was, you were kind of stuck and it was keeping you, that too, maybe focusing on this wrong person or this wrong situation or this outcome you were isn't something that was ultimately your divine plan. So this, whatever this was, the reason it was so shocking, the reason it was so like, whoa, where did that come from, was the divine is trying to usher in, get you back on track. Again, this hermit and this, high priestess energy, this is not what you're supposed to be doing. And it's like, okay, something out of the ordinary, or out of characteristic for whoever this person is, this happened to get you back on track because it was blocking your Ace of Cups, your Ace of Pentacles from coming forward, because you're over here focusing on this transient energy, this person who's not ultimately, or this situation that's not ultimately going to be your king. This knight is not going to become a king, or this transient situation is not going to turn into the Ace of Pentacles, the ultimate. It might have been some sort, maybe it was a business opportunity, kind of seemed too good to be true. I'm picking up on sort of that. Somebody, you're maybe going to go in a partnership with, maybe they weren't trustworthy. So perhaps they've, it kind of did you a favor that they betrayed you before you got further down the path with them. And if it was a romantic situation, I feel like it ended before it started, if that makes any sense. And it's hurtful, but yet it's a blessing in disguise. So you've got to go in and you've got to realize how far you've come on this journey. 9 of Wands. You've got to realize that, look at the balance that you're achieving. You've got 2 of Pentacles here. Things are really you're starting to come into balance, come into alignment. And I think that's why, because you're almost to this point, and this, look at you got like the yin and the yang here, where you're just kind of in control and navigating. So getting a little bit off path when you're this close to getting what it is that, like, what you're supposed to be doing, that's why this happened so fast and so suddenly. And so like, whoa, no, this is not what you're supposed to be doing. Boom, the gauntlet goes down because it's directing you to where you need to go. And it's opening your eyes, I think, to a different path and a different direction that you're supposed to be going in. Because why? Because we've got just the fire signs. If this is resonating for you, you might want to watch the fire signs video as well, because it was very similar as far as some of the energies that were coming out. Death. That was the ultimate card. I mean, and this is just a beautiful, because it's the phoenix rising from the ashes. This situation ending, whatever this was, it had to end for you to ascend further. It had to for you to transform and to bring justice. And again, look, this is another card about balance, the balancing the scales. You were getting out of alignment with trying to go down this path, and that's why it's like, nope, you got to go this way. It hurts. It's hard to leave the comfort of this situation behind, but you had to have some impetus to make a change. This might force you to change your routine, to avoid seeing this person or to just be in this situation. If it was a job or something like that, obviously you're not going to be going to that place anymore, or a business venture that you were looking at starting, something like that. You're not going to be going in that direction. You're going to be meeting new people. You're going to be getting in a new routine and getting back in alignment to where you need to be so that everything can work itself out. I'm also getting that, for some of you, a very small subset, this could have to do with this. There could have been a situation where you might have got drug into something illegal, with the justice here and the death, like you were being protected from getting kind of with the wrong crowd. I don't know if that makes any sense. Okay, so before we go to the extended and look into this further and see what's coming further in February, I have a feeling we're going to look at kind of see what's happening once you close this door and this new transformation, this new life. We're going to get a lot of oracle card guidance over there. But the energy oracle, I think is what this is called, is the deck that wanted to, it wanted to be here for earth signs. So yeah, all tied up in attachment. So these both add up to fives. Isn't that crazy? All tied up in attachment. It's this attachment and Five of Swords energy. I mean, you got 555 because this is an energy of change and not wanting to let go of the past, not wanting to let go of something that's comfortable and entering a new phase. But I think, what the message I'm getting is it's critical for you to let go of that. This is why, we're being asked to transition out of 3D into 5D and making these breaks sometimes with friendships, with people, places, situations, routines, patterns, could be addictions. You might be being called to give up some sort of codependent behavior. Something might have just happened that it's like you realize now you have no choice but to do this. But this is the thing. I mean, there's a soul contract involved. That's where the justice comes in, or some sort of divine plan. I'm getting you might be blind to it now. You may not understand why it's happening now, okay? But whatever this shocking thing that you didn't see coming, whatever it was to get you back on path. So we're going to look into this further in the extended. I hope that you guys join me over on Vimeo. If not, either way, I hope you have a beautiful month and I will see you next time.